This is one of my favorite bad movies. This tells the tale of Ryan, who acquires a magical pair of Heelys TM shoes.
Yeah, Heelys.com. Magic Heelys. Well, not really. Magic reflectors on Heelys.
Yeah.
That I found in a dumpster. You will not believe Orion can fly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take you on a ride today. We want to tell you the story of Heelys-sponsored Flyin Ryan.
Flyin Ryan.
You will believe a boy can fly. There's a movie.
Look, it's
they made
real.
A movie of this true tale of Flyin Ryan.
This just happened and they were filming.
I feel like Moki's featured more in this video so far than the dog features in the movie.
Look! Good dog.
Well, he features more than the flying shoes do.
Yeah, the flying shoes are an afterthought so often in this movie. You think, with it being called Flyin Ryan, I mean flying. That'd be the main thing, that they're, I don't know, haunted shoes by his great-great-grandfather or something.
Something?
It doesn't really matter. No one really cares about that.
Flyin Ryan, from the director of Purple People Eater.
A classic we've covered.
Yeah, she writes and directs this from the production company from legendary Schlockmeister Roger Corman, New Concord. This tells the tale of Ryan, who is a boy who moves to a new town and acquires a magical pair of Heelys shoes. Heelys TM shoes.
Yeah, Heelys.com.
Heelys.com. This allows him to fly, and he can rescue his dog from some bullies and get a girlfriend, and he's got a scary aunt, and then the movie ends.
Yeah, she's like a quirky character from the horror movie where she knows the killer's coming and no one believes her. Or she's possibly the killer.
Old Theo lived here, and old Theo died right here.
I think Aunt Rita's speaking figuratively, aren't you?
Whatever you say.
Well, we know that someone murdered his dad at the beginning of the movie.
Everyone's a suspect.
Everyone's a suspect. The mom definitely did it.
Could have been the aunt's plan to bring them to her, though. Like, I'll kill him and then they'll have to move in with me.
But to what end?
To what end does she do anything? She just wants to control them.
I thought I'd find you upstairs.
You might notice in this movie, the acting is a little shaky.
When I'm away, your Aunt Rita is in charge. Maybe you should just stay.
I'm not a baby.
The production is a little cheap. Heelys didn't give them that much money, but they definitely did officially give them money because their ad is featured on this DVD.
Magic Heelys. Well, not really. Magic reflectors on Heelys.
Yeah.
That I found in a dumpster.
I wonder if they got money from Heelys to sponsor it, and then they decided to make that a feature of the movie. Like, they knew they were just going to do some sort of movie with a kid that flies, and maybe has to do with his dad being into planes or something. That's probably where they got their money, though. They got $2 from Heelys to do this also features a lot of cliches where he moves to a new town and then the kids hate him for moving to a new town, and they're not really clear on why they're so murderous about this kid other than he doesn't own a skateboard, I guess.
And McGuire Punk doesn't even have a skateboard.
Man.
It's a new kid. Let's check him out. Kill him.
Close in, boys.
Hey, there's a kid over there. Let's go check him out. Come on, guys. Let's get him. Close in, guys.
I guess before we get into the bully stuff, we should start from the beginning. Okay, so Ryan is moving with his mom after his dad has passed away, I guess. They seem to imply that he's dead. They're going to live with the dad's sister, Rita.
Who's insane.
Who's insane. So they drive into the night. For some reason, they move in the middle of the night, and then they have to walk around the woods, because I guess there's no driveway.
She spends all her time, like, waving a hedge clipper in the air, yet she doesn't clear a path to her house for the driveway. driveway? Like,
Yeah.
idiot.
The aunt's a quirky character.
Oh, she's so funny.
She's quirky Quirkelson. A different movie is happening with the aunt. There's a running joke that she's like a horror movie character of sorts. In the middle of the night, all the time, she's doing yard work by like throwing this weed whacker around or whatever. She lets them in. She appears to call him Flyin.
Yeah, she really calls him Flyin.
Flyin McGuire.
Flyin McGuire.
Brian McGuire, I'm your blood boy.
I don't remember how this came up, because we've seen this movie many times, more times than people probably should watch Flyin' Ryan. We started calling him Fryin' Ryan, I think because it just sounded funny, but she does appear to call him Fryin' Ryan.
Yeah, well, she just says Flyin McGuire.
Yeah, she says Fryin' McGuire.
Flyin' McGuire.
So that's establishing the aunt. She's a creepy woman who dumpster dives, which is part of the impetus of the plot. She grabs these Heelys shoes, TM, from the dumpster and gifts them to Ryan, and he doesn't even know what Heelys are because he's like, oh, there's these shoes with these holes in the bottom because they're missing the wheels.
Mom, these shoes are gross, and they have holes in the bottom. All you need is wheels, and then you can heel all around.
It's all about the wheel in the heel.
And she gives him these reflectors that she says came from a model airplane that his dad built. And this leads into the very convoluted plot as to how he gets flying shoes. Because they don't fly to begin with, they're just normal shoes, but he puts these reflectors on them for reasons we don't know.
He thinks it's cool, no one else does.
And apparently this ties into his great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather, depending on who says it.
By your great-grandfather, Theodore McGugan McGuire.
After my great-great-grandfather.
Your great-grandfather, Theodore McGugan McGuire.
My aunt thinks your great-grandfather's a ghost here.
He was a pilot. That's where the model planes came from. And for some reason, Ryan and this girl that he meets in town decide that they're going to get these wheels for these Heelys from a shop in an Old West town, like an antique shop. They're like, they will have wheels there. And even the guy is like, why would you think there's wheels here? But I guess I have these wheels from this plane. And also, that guy is magic. He appears out of the fog. And they don't comment on that? Like, maybe a mild, like, huh?
Let yourself imagine.
It's so stupid that they go here. Like, where else will you get wheels for your Heelys but the Old West ghost
the Old West
town?
Antique shop? And the guy's like, there's nothing new here. Like, wow, it's like you're in another century when Heelys existed. But he does get the wheels from like an old plane that I think his great-grandfather, it's had something to do with him. Like, I think it was his or modeled after his or something. There might also be a ghost. Like, his great-grandfather might also be a ghost. And I think that is what imbues these shoes with flying powers. The best I can.
The ghost causes heat and electricity in your feet, which makes you fly.
Maybe there are ghosts or something magical. How else could my Heelys fly? It is unexplainable in the traditional sense.
This is triggered by, so he's getting some guff from the bullies in town. Mainly this one bully, this little kid who seems to boss around some older kids for some reason.
Yeah, it's really funny. There's kids like almost twice his age. They're like, yeah, boss.
First, we destroy the place.
Yeah.
They're mad because he's the new kid in town and he doesn't have a skateboard, and he calls him Carrot Head a lot. He really burned him with that one.
Is that Carrot Head? What you gonna say, Carrot Head? I'm talking Carrot Head here. Tell Carrot Head to get out of here.
And there's also these sexy girlfriends, these like skateboarding girlfriends that sit around blowing bubbles and be like, I love watching kids do skateboarding
They're not
tricks.
characters, that's all they do.
I don't think they have any lines. They just sit around watching them. Moki's switching sides.
Changed allegiances.
I can't. He's like, I like the bully.
They throw him in the water, and somehow he doesn't know he can stand up. He's like, oh, I can't figure out how to get back to shore,
well,
even though he's
swim.
right there.
He can't swim,
swim except when he can.
Yeah, he got shoved into water he could stand in, and then, like, within the span of a cut, he was suddenly way out in the water, and he was establishing he can't swim because he keeps doing this for a while.
And then his future girlfriend's like, here, I'll pull you out with a stick, and then he pulls her in, and then they're like, oh yeah, we can stand.
Well, before that, that's when we meet Dirk's basshole dad, who's like, you're disturbing the fish by doing this, and if the fish are disturbed, I'm going to make things really bad bad for you. And then he sees Ryan and he doesn't care and he walks away to let that child drown.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
That's why some people call him a basshole. Get it? Basshole.
The bully sees him again with these Heelys, and then I guess he's mad because the Heelys? Why'd he get mad the second time around?
Because Ryan wasn't dead.
Because he wasn't dead. So he's like, I'm gonna murder that kid, which leads into this really, really long, convoluted chase sequence. They first run through some karate demonstration on the sidewalk that they could easily go around, but they don't. And then the kids doing the karate thing and the instructor don't react to this. They just keep doing that.
He just ends up kicking a kid too and doesn't really care.
He kicks a kid, and then a bike goes by. I forget why the bike goes by, and then he leaps over the bike, or they like to make us think he leaped over the bike with some great camera trickery. And this was so impressive. The single scene this character is in that he gets in the end credits. When they list off all of the people, they list the karate instructor for some reason.
So silly.
And then they go through a gazebo where
a gazebo.
No one's gonna know why you say it like that.
They don't have to know the reference.
So there's a guy carrying around a box full of tennis balls for some reason, and Ryan runs into this guy, and then the tennis balls fly in the air. And it's like the scene from Birdemic where they keep clapping, and then they stop, and then they start clapping again.
The balls just keep falling. It like wipes everyone out. They are knocked out. They're so beaten up by these tennis balls.
Well, see, because this was a biblical parallel here. Our hero, Flyin Ryan, the Red Sea of tennis balls parts for him, and he gets through, and then it collapses upon all of the bullies on skateboards that are chasing him and take him down to the ground. Normally, when a movie is shooting a scene like this, where you got a lot of things flying around, it would seem like a continuity nightmare, but not to them. They're like, I think we can accomplish this. It's just fine. Every shot, just keep throwing
the
things
balls
up in the air.
Just magically bounce more between camera cuts.
Home Alone, eat your heart out. Never have I seen such effective slapstick.
Yes!
They keep running and they end up going on ATVs. Like someone just has some extra ATVs for this kid to use.
There's this girl sitting there with two empty ones for no reason. Like, yeah, you guys can use them to chase this kid that I have nothing to do with.
Could ride your ATVs?
Why should I let you?
Follow me and you're for a showdown.
Cool, thanks.
I was kind of hoping it would end like that Baywatch Nights where the guy just drives the motorcycle off the cliff.
Yeah.
And just goes to credits. No denouement, nothing.
I don't know if this has anything to do with his magic reflectors or anything, but they don't bother to ever bring up that Ryan is faster than these four-wheelers.
Yeah,
he is outrunning them by far. They are chasing him for a while on these.
He keeps getting further ahead. I don't know what he needed these magic shoes for, because clearly he had superhuman speed to begin with. And this is what triggers the magic shoes, and we see the amazing Hollywood special effects of this kid flying.
Cue the Puma Man music.
Every time I was laughing my ass off at this kid flying around. They do the undershot where they like have just the sky behind him and he just sort of pretends. Then they have some green screen shots where he kind of floats across, where he pretends to have such great control over his flight, you know. Woo!
A few minutes later.
Now our continuity's messed up. Where'd the dog go?
There was never a dog.
There was never a dog.
Stolen by the bully or
We didn't
something.
even start talking about the dog section. We're like, get out of here. It's the whole point of having Moki in this video.
Should have talked about him earlier.
That's really actually the main focus of this movie is the dog, because partway through this, Ryan is flying. By the way, no one seems to really react to this in a way you would normally react to finding out that you can fly.
You really flew over the ravine.
I guess so. It was trippy.
They never really question how he can fly. You just have to gather the ghost and all of these parts have something to do with it, but they never actually get into why he can fly.
It's a bunch of this movie. You feel like a story's gonna come to a head and none of them do.
No. They have some sexy scenes with his girlfriend in a pool, so we get some underage...
That's inappropriate.
Well, the reason they go to the pool is because he flies into the water, and I guess they assume that made the Heelys not work anymore. They don't actually test this out. He's just like, I guess they're ruined. And she's like, well, my cousin can fix things.
She's good at fixing magic shoes.
Yeah, does she know these are magic shoes, and what is she even doing? Because they're just wet. What is she taking in and out of it? Because I thought the whole thing, like, because the magic wheels and
That's the reflectors.
And the reflectors. Well, both, because the wheels came from a model plane.
Yeah, I guess maybe the wheels are
It's the combination of those
You always
things.
see the sparks coming out of the reflectors, so it seems like they're the main thing.
Yeah, but, like, it doesn't happen until the magic antique man gives him the wheels.
He doesn't wear them until after that.
Yeah, but, like, he uses magic, so clearly he has something to do with it, right?
It's either a ghost.
Is he the ghost?
I don't know if his dad's ghost is haunting the reflectors.
I thought it was his great-grandfather's ghost. Is there more than one ghost?
Well, his dad's dead, too.
Yeah?
Either that or his mom just left him and no one's talking about it.
You can't just destroy magic with one dip in the lake. It wouldn't make sense. Magic transcends logic. Some things just aren't logical.
I did find it really weird that they bring the shoes to that cousin to fix and then there's never a follow-up. Just he gets the shoes back at some undisclosed time.
How goes it?
I'll fix them.
Great.
Yeah, he just has them, and it's like, I thought the whole reason he didn't have them for most of this movie is because they were being fixed, and he's like, I have them now.
Did you have them the whole time? When did you get them back? I guess it didn't really matter. Who cares? He didn't use his flying shoes for a middle portion of the movie because he's an idiot.
I don't know. You just have to guess a lot of stuff in this movie.
At one point, it gets brought up she could start dating. She's like, oh, I wouldn't really. And the aunt's like, I don't care if you start dating. As long as it's not a damn doctor, because I don't believe in medicine.
Fine by me if you start dating. Just not one of them needle-poking doctors. Just the sight of those guys just makes people sick.
Cool.
Yeah, his aunt is anti-science and medicine, I guess. And she's like, the vaccine will give you 5G.
Yeah.
I think I'll give you 5G, Ryan.
5G, Ryan. Oh, we don't want that. That's what he's doing up there, getting all his signals. Oh, I'm getting a great Wi-Fi signal off of Ryan.
Hold the antennas from the TV up in the sky.
I'm getting hit by lightning. Shut up!
Won't you just tell me what you want?
At no point does his family find out he can fly, by the way. They kind of leave a lot of this stuff hanging.
It's like the aunt possibly expected this or something, but we never really get confirmation.
I think she's just a crazy dumpster diving loon.
Either she knew something or she's just insane.
I think she
seems to hint at something though. She's like, oh, there's
the
ghosts and blah blah blah.
She does say the ghosts are real. They have a seance at some point, don't they?
I think it seemed like a seance was going to happen, but it didn't.
It didn't.
Theodore McGugan-McGuire, isn't it?
Yup.
They find a dog in the barn, because he can live in the barn now.
And he can make annoying sound effects they keep piping in.
This dog's name was Jingles in real life. They showed his audition, and apparently they put a bunch of gunk on him in the audition, but I don't think they did in the movie. They keep talking about how he's scraggly and gross, but he's not really.
Oh man, you smell. He reeks.
You stink.
He's just a Pomeranian, which isn't really that scraggly or gross, but they find him in the barn, which is also where the aunt keeps the junk.
And keeps Ryan eventually. He gets the key to the barn and tells his girlfriend. She's like, cool!
Yeah, he's like, we can check out the barn, come to dinner. And she says, cool, as if any of that connected.
Yeah. There's so much stuff in that barn. When can I see it? Tonight. Come over and have dinner. Cool.
Yeah, my aunt is throwing me in her garbage pile she keeps in the barn. Isn't that cool? What an awesome hangout. Maybe we can fall and hit an old dirty needle she's grabbed out of the dumpster.
Cool.
And then there's bales of hay from when she had a cow like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah, that's where she used to keep his dad before he died. He died of malnourishment. So yeah, they find this dog in the barn and they're like, how are we going to keep the dog? The aunt's not going to let us. Well, what if we pretended this was a gift for her and then we don't have to do anything? So she's stuck with this stupid dog who predictably she falls in love with.
Ooh, you little skunk mud.
Oh, hi.
Do you think the mom dated the Karate Man?
That's why he was in the credits.
Yeah.
Deleted scene of him like hardcore going at it. And Ryan in the window.
Yeah, we did have the weird belly dancing scene where he's perving on him.
The highlight of the movie. For some reason, there's belly dancers when they're putting up missing posters for their dog. Yeah. And he's just like, ooh!
Why were they... We're meant to laugh at him perving on these belly dancers. Why were they putting the missing signs up? Because they know who took the dog at that point, so...
Because they're idiots.
They just thought that montage was worth having.
You stupid.
Stop moving around so much. Are you stupid? Ugh.
What were we even talking about?
Stop moving so much, you stupid.
Yeah. What are you, an idiot? Star of the movie, that guy's dad, slapping his wife's ass. I don't know if he was the actor's actual dad, but we do know his actual dad was the one that
squirted poop on him.
Yeah, he squirted the poop on him. We were told that in the special features, which I highly recommend.
My dad had to simulate a bird poop, chocolate and vanilla frosting. They put it in a straw and I smelled like a cake for a day.
If you can, you need to get the Hollywood video DVD of this because it's got some quite remarkable stuff on it. Did you know Ryan auditioned for the Dirk part first?
Whoa, I bet so many people knew that.
He wasn't very good at it. I don't think he was convincing as the bully. I think he was meant to be Ryan. He was the perfect actor for this part. I like the little logo. Grip. He looks like the Aaron from Ghost Adventures logo, the Big Steppin' logo.
Big Ryan in the basement.
Yeah.
Whoa, just said my name! I'm Aaron, how'd you know that?
But this is when we get a scene where the basshole decides he's gonna punish his son by throwing his skateboard away, because he didn't put it away. And then the aunt gets the skateboard from the garbage and gifts it to Ryan, and then the bully is like, you stole my skateboard, so they're gonna go and vandalize their house and murder his aunt as revenge.
This is insane, because they paintball up her truck and all this shit. She gets knocked over by one of the kids after she tries to murder them with a weed whacker.
Not clear if she's in control of her faculties at this point. I don't know if this was her purposefully attacking them or if she's just didn't take her meds that day and she's going after this kid. She's gonna murder him with a weed whacker, and then he pushes her over, so really this was self-defense, because she was gonna kill that kid.
Mm-hmm.
She breaks her hip or something. She's gotta go to the hospital.
Police should have been involved at this point, but they never bother with it.
No, they never call the police. It's like, maybe the kids would be like, I'm gonna go do this on my own, but clearly at this point they vandalized the property and injured this woman. They should call the police, not their parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the mother's like, I'm gonna sternly call their parents. You need to stop letting them come over and shooting paintballs and killing my
sister-in-law.
My sister-in-law.
My crazy sister-in-law.
I know she's trying to murder them, but her nightly taking care of her garden, running around with a weed whacker in the air. You know how you do that.
She should also call the police on that baby cow that headbutts her mom in the udder, because I feel like that was unnecessary. But very funny. They had a good choice of animal footage in this.
Yeah, they showed this asshole goose, which real parallel to the bully.
Yeah, I feel like that was purposeful. They were showing that he was just like when the bully was waiting behind the tree to say like, hey, I'm gonna bully you.
He was waiting there all day for that.
For what payoff?
Yeah, all he does is kind of like flick his ear that time and then leaves.
Yeah.
After he doesn't get a big reaction out of him. Like, well, there goes 5 hours wasted.
I think this was a tale of boredom. This kid just had nothing to do. So he's like, I'm just gonna terrorize this kid with red hair that I don't like.
If I create a rival, then I'll have something going on in my pathetic life.
And he still didn't. Because Ryan really was giving him nothing back. It was a really unrewarding antagonistic relationship. Because he's sitting there like,
might as well have had a rivalry with a 2x4.
Somebody's got some wheels.
They're okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
So anyway, during this vicious attack, he steals his dog, and then he decides he's gonna sell the dog to his cousin who works at some sort of processing plant, and the cousin's gonna train him to be a guard dog or something, and so now Ryan's like, I'm gonna get this dog back.
Ryan taking the dog back really saved that cousin's job, right? Because he goes like, hey, I got a guard dog, and he comes in with this Pomeranian. They're gonna be like, you're fired.
Well, he wasn't really doing anything though, because like Ryan goes in, for some reason he's wearing a hat like he's undercover. Like they're gonna be like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
Oh, just some
I
kid
think
with
it's
a
just
hat.
Hulk Hogan in
I
that
guess.
red and yellow hat.
Yeah, but no one's looking at him anyway. No one's doing any security. But Ryan flies on over there in an epic moment, and then
Where he almost kills himself several times.
Yeah, he impales himself on a pole.
Whoa!
Fatality.
I love it at this point, Ryan barely flew over a dock and before falling, and then he's like, you know what, I think it can go like 50 feet in the air. I'm fine.
He's determined. He's on a mission. He's a man on a mission. He's gonna get Jingles Theo back. He goes there, he grabs the dog, and then they realize what's going on, because the bully's also there because he wants his $10 for the dog that his cousin's not giving him. And then they have a chase scene with some really bad continuity through the processing plant.
It goes on forever. It's so pointless. He like pulls out.
He forgets that he can fly during this whole thing.
He pulls out a bungee rope so that he can rappel down.
Yeah, and then they just wait. Like they're like, I want to see where this is going.
It's like, you can fly, dipshit.
What?
He grabs the dog and then he proceeds to run away with it for a while again before going, oh yeah, I have the flying shoes.
There's a lot of things going on here. I don't think this dog is worth going like, we're gonna murder this kid. The whole time you're like, you could fly, and he doesn't fly until he gets up top there, and then he flies, and they're like, he could fly. He's flying. I thought that the bully had seen him fly during the ATV chase, but I guess he didn't.
No, I don't think so, because he's so fast. He's too fast for the naked eye. Flyin' Ryan.
Gotta go fast. Yeah, he flies out there and the Puma Man theme plays and a bird poops on the villain. That's just comeuppance.
Yeah, that's the end of his story. You think something more is coming? No.
He came back with a gun.
You think you could do that to me, Ryan?
It's that scene in Buffy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's super serious, and then the girlfriend gets shot. And, oh, no, you're sure. Flyin' Ryan. No. You know, people said that Flyin' Ryan just got too dark during that season. And that's before they found out the behind the scenes of Flyin' Ryan. Joss Whedon was making it hell for everyone.
I don't know why they involved him in this.
Flyin' Ryan was really bad to women. Turns out they were calling it a feminist masterpiece for so long, but it turns out Flyin' Ryan was only progressive for 2003. Yeah. But once you look at it from fresh eyes, you realize.
You realize all the gross scenes.
It was shocking that this was directed by a woman, considering some of the inappropriate stuff in it.
It's very weird, yeah.
Assholes.
Some of the things thrown in here are unnecessary.
It seems from the outtakes they had a good time, though. I did like the fake interview where they're pretending to talk at the beginning, where they're like, ha ha ha, oh wait, we're filming an interview. And then they were teasing a sequel, Flyin' Ryan Goes Hawaiian, or whatever.
We'll come back next year.
Oh, the sequel.
Flyin' Ryan Goes Hawaiian!
I was impressed by it. I guess they got a real hospital to film in.
I don't know if it was. It could have been like a vet's office or something.
It seemed pretty big, though. They had a bunch of hospital-looking hallways and equipment, so I don't know. Maybe it was a shut-down hospital. Who knows? But they got some building that looked enough like a hospital instead of just someone's bedroom with a little monitor in the corner. Just amazed they got those shots. And then they had Flyin' Ryan, like with his Heelys, slowly going down the hallway with people trying to chase him. Like,
no dogs allowed! No dogs allowed!
They're struggling to not catch up to him.
No dogs allowed. You get this dog out of here. No dogs. No dogs.
The way that they run and go, no dogs allowed, no dogs allowed, no dogs allowed forever. I was dying.
Yeah. Then they had one of the nurses or whoever they were do the same shot Ryan did at the belly dancers. Sees him in the window.
Smashes her face up against the window, but they had to get that dog in there to get the aunt who may or may not have been comatose or just an asshole
she
to
seems
talk.
Like she's just being a jerk, not talking.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, you talked again, as if it was a miracle. And it's like, I think she just wasn't talking because she doesn't believe in medical science.
She doesn't believe in dogs.
She doesn't believe in dogs.
Until the dog came back, she's like, oh, I'm cured.
I think the idea was she agreed to surgery, not that she was cured.
No, she said the dog
cured
healed me and I can leave now. And then her hip fell apart and she died.
She said, believe in magic or I'll kill you. You know what? She was magically healed, but then she fell in the water and a bunch of seaweed ruined the magic.
You know there are no dogs allowed.
But you didn't see a thing, right? Gotcha.
And then, I don't know what happens. The girlfriend kisses Ryan, and you could tell both of the child actors hated that.
Yeah, after she, hides the hat he dropped in her yard while he flew by, she holds it behind her back for, an hour, apparently. She walks into the hospital holding it, then they leave, and she's still doing it. It's surprise, I have your hat! Wow, what a payoff!
Oh, yeah, because she caught it when he flew over and it fell, and then she went, Flyin' Ryan! In that day for night shot.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And then it turns out she got a pair of Heelys, and it may have been a magical pair of Heelys, or it was like a Superman situation where he picks her up, because then you see in the night sky they're flying, but they don't have to do the effect because it's night, so you just see some little twinkles, and that's
it.
That's the end of the movie. And then they flew to Hawaii for Flyin' Ryan Goes Hawaii.
Or they went to the moon.
They went to the moon. I like that their idea.
They came.
I like their idea for a sequel was basically what the Beetlejuice 2 sequel was going to be. When Tim Burton didn't want to make one, where it's Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian with Jucifer.
Flyin' Ryan versus Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it can still happen.
Nice fucking model!
So apparently, this kid, most of the actors did not go on to do anything else. The kid who played Ryan didn't act in anything else, but apparently he's a gaffer in a ton of real productions now. He's got a pretty good career going for him. So I'm pretty proud of the kid. He got into show business. It sounded like in the interview, he really was more interested in the behind the scenes anyway, so.
Yeah.
At home, I watch movies all day. Whoa, that's really cool. I wonder how it's behind the scenes. And I figured out what it is like behind the scenes and how it is to act, and it's really fun.
I'm glad he achieved his dreams.
I guess that makes sense that that's where he transitioned to.
Yeah, he became the world's best gaffer, world's best grip.
Because he can get anywhere. Can you get the mic up there?
Yeah.
Wow, where'd he get those reflectors?
They're like, wait, we need to get the boom mic over here, and he's like, I got it.
Yeah, either music or It's really a weird choice, that music, when he's flying sometimes. It's like this real easy listening music. It's not really action or excitement.
You know? It's Spielbergian.
Yeah.
There's some kind of jungly music going on.
As you see the dumpster diving.
Dumpster diving. I feel like the music isn't composed badly. It sounds good. It's just sometimes why is it happening?
Yeah, sometimes it's an odd choice for the scene. It's probably just the music they could get.
Yeah.
She picks stuff out of the trash that she likes. How do you know this, Nikki? I saw her. Bummer.
Anyway, this was, I think, a triumph. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about in Flyin' Ryan?
No. Was there anything else?
I don't think so. I think we covered everything.
Well, I don't. You're whack and so are your wheels.
I did want to bring up the single trivia on the IMDb for this movie. Get ready for this. Ryan was played by 3 separate actors during filming due to the effects department actually trying to make the Ryan fly.
The Ryan.
I don't think that's true. I think they need someone to fact check this.
You will not believe a Ryan can fly.
This movie has been on the review block for years, and other things kept coming up, but I'm like, I have to do Flyin' Ryan, because this is truly
Flyin' Ryan.
Flyin' Ryan. This is one of my favorite bad movies. It's so bad it's good. I've seen this so many times, and I never remember what the fuck's going on, but it's hilarious.
The ending comes out of nowhere.
So much. Yeah, the ending comes out of nowhere.
It's so weird.
They're just like, we need an ending.
Yeah, just the credits are that's the end? They had either the director or someone read out the main credits in this robotic voice. It's like you're listening to an old computer reader program or something like that.
It was a computer reader program. If not, she did a pretty good imitation of it.
Connor Snyder, Chris McGurran, Bruce Tenenbaum,
very weird
It has
to do
be
that.
the director doing it if it's a real person, because
I don't know why. Like, if it was a real person or a computer reader, why would you do that?
yeah, there's no reason to read it. You could have just had the music and it would have been fine. I mean, it's a
It
little
would have been less
unnecessary, but
weird.
yeah, I'd highly recommend this movie. If you can get your hands on it, check it out. It's a good time.
Get
I'm
your
glad.
magical reflectors and fly to Hollywood Video to pick one up.
You know, if the kid who played Ryan sees this, I'm glad that your dreams came true. Thanks for all the joy. I hope everyone has had a good life. Check it out, guys.
I like to look at this sledgehammer. Watch this.
Come on, Moki. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. He wants your thumb.
You silly dog.
Moki, you're ridiculous.
Hey, Moki, make a noise.
Is that the noise I make? Oh, wait, okay, you do the noise, I'll do the soundtrack. He's flying.
And the cat.
Is she trying to get up? She's jealous.
The cat is.
Is this gonna be the whole video? Is this just playing with the pets?
Ziggy is jealous.
She hates the dog.
What's going on, Ziggy?
You're behaving. She's putting on a show to show that she's better than Moki.
She's like, look, I should be in the video. There's no cats.
There's no cat kidnapped in Flyin, Ryan. Anyway, end of video.
Yeah, we did it.